following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All righty, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I am your host, Darrell Martin, right here at TFNN.com. And coming to you live inside the eSignal platform and on Tiger TV over at TFNN and on your mobile phone at TFNN.mobi. And wanted to pick up on a couple different lessons with you today. Yesterday we talked, if you didn't catch that show, definitely go back and check it out. We went in and I talked about a few important things. One of those was just understanding misconceptions that can happen on bar sizes, bar time. I mean, we went through a lot of different little things that can sort of mess traders up when they're looking at Nadex and checking out, different ways to fit on trades and how to do things. One of the other things I wanted to do today was go in and talk to you about a little bit about risk management. So we haven't, touched on that. Before I do that real quick, let me go ahead and get a quick market update for you. We got the S&P is up 4.5 points. We got the Russell right now is up 1.8. We've had some good moves today. Right now, Dow's up 19, just some little moves up and down. Gold currently down 40 cents. We got copper. Copper right now is slightly up. We got oil is down 46. Natural gas is currently up slightly, and we got corn up 7.5, and we have soybeans is up 18. So moving big. Bonds moving into negative territory with dollar index in positive territory. And then looking on over at Euro Yen, is currently down 27 pips with the Euro Pound currently sitting down right now down 20, or actually 17 pips. Pound dollar is up 33. Pound yen's down 21. US yen's down 22. A lot of things in the 20s and 30s right now. We got the Aussie yen up 30. Aussie dollar up 35. Dollar franc is up 37. Dollar CAD getting hit a little bit hard than the others, down 40 cents. NASDAQ currently sitting up 16 points on the day. All right, so now that we got that lunchtime market wrap in for you, and we'll go in, we'll look at some of the news. And I know the chart's a little bit small. It's just a zoom that Thinkorswim has. I can't really do much about it without making everything massively huge, so that's why I'm reading the number off to you, and then we'll move on forward. Okay, so radio operator just got to learn that. Looking on over at Forex Factory, checking out what is coming out today. We got the SMB speaking. So, yeah, he always has a lot to say when he decides to talk. And so we never know. February 17th decided to crash the world and take Forex brokerage down and do a lot of margin calls on people. So who knows what he's going to do, but today it's just a speech. And the speech is appropriately titled The Swiss Economy in a Fragile World. Okay? Swiss economy in a fragile world. Well, it's a fragile world because the Swiss National Bank likes to jack with interest rates by saying one day that they're going to support a currency at a certain point, and then literally saying that's a long-term plan, and the next day saying, nah, we're not going to do that anymore. So, anyways, that came out this morning, and obviously it can cause a little volatility anytime that any one of those guys are talking, but especially the Swissy, it's keeping things alive in the currency world along with Greece. So, between Switzerland and Greece, we ought to, have enough to enjoy trading for quite some time. And just a quick chart for you over here on Thinkorswim. Markets moving on up. We saw right when he started doing his little speech, you got a run of 934 to 941. So 9341, yeah. So I mean, you're talking about a solid 60 pip run up, 60 pip all the way back down. Ran back. I mean, it's perfect. M's, W's, patterns, all sorts of stuff like that out there. So lots of big movement, lots to take advantage of. And, just make sure you keep an eye on that news to know when things are going to move. If you're looking for movement, that's when to check it out. We got Eurogroup meetings coming on. They started today, and they'll be going for quite a bit. They got the EU Economic Summit, day 1, day 2. It's going on forward here. Unemployment claims coming out this morning. They came in at expectations, and they revised the previous number a little bit lower than it was before. Hopping on into, we got trade balance, which usually isn't a big deal. Natural gas storage came in a little bit lower than expectations, not enough to make the number, at least that specific number itself, rock everything. But it's always usually a pretty nice, little trade that you can do, and you can trade natural gas on Nadex as well. And I mean, you are going to get some pretty massive volatility today. Whenever the report came out, as we can see, it flew down, okay, and then flew back up, and then flew back down. I mean, it's sort of, ideal strangle tabs. Really, I mean, it flew down, came all the way back up, and you could have literally hit it 2 or 3 times. You can also, of course, look at iron condors, things like that, look at expected ranges. So a lot of different ways to trade the natural gas and oil inventory. And the cool thing is they happen every week, so you get to practice them each week. And again, if you don't know, you can get that demo account over at Nadex, nadex.com. Just let me show you where that link is at in case you don't know. And then we're going to get into risk management a little bit. Trading. Demo trading platform right there. Okay? And you just click that link, fill it out. Takes about 30 seconds. And check your email. You'll have your password so you can log in. And if you decide to get a live account and fund it, you only have to put $100 to fund the account. Obviously, you're probably going to want more when you want to trade it. You can trade with just $100, but you're probably going to want more than that in there. But if you do fund an account and place at least a live trade, whether that trade is it 100 contracts or a single contract, whether it's a $3 risk or $3,000 risk, doesn't matter. You place a funded live account, place a live trade, and then you can ask customer service at nadex.com, or you can call them, and they'll extend your demo out for a year. Okay? So why would you want that demo extended? And that sort of brings me back a little bit to, risk and money management. So again, risk and money management. And, talking to some traders, I had a conversation, one of those tough conversations that is recently with a trader who, he got into trading, and he came in, he actually started with 15 grand in the account, and he did really well. One of those really, really, really well stories, I mean, just rocked it, came in and got the account up to $30,000 in a matter of less than 2 weeks, okay? So I hear this, and of course, part of my thought is, how much are you risking, right? Well, then the flip side happens, and, he gets in, and, he was trading the binary contracts, and trading 5-minute contracts. And he was starting to trade larger and larger size. And he got very cocky, very confident, or if he lost, he'd go into even more, double up, triple up in order to make it back, which really, really works until it doesn't. And so he's doubling up, boom, 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 but making up losses whenever when he wins. He's covering them back and just keeps growing it. And then finally the ball hits. It starts going against him. Doubling up doesn't work anymore. Tripling up doesn't work anymore, and he just wipes it out. And if you've traded for any period of time, you've blown out an account, unless you're just that magical trader, like a unicorn or something. And I'm not talking about hopefully not a massively large account, but if you started with a small account trading, and I mean actively trading, you've probably either taken a massive hit or, completely blown out an account, but probably taken a pretty massive hit somewhere along the way when you started playing with products that can, move quite a bit and have decent leverage or whatever. It's sort of one of those rite of passages. And it's one of those, I demoed it and it worked well, and so I went live, and, the thing is, in demo, you were just throwing size around, you were slinging it like it didn't matter, the same way you did live when you made all that money. And I remember I was sort of fortunate when I started with a few $1,000s, and I had some pressure. I had my wife's she retired. She wanted to stay home with the kid, and we have a new baby when we were having Felicity, and she wanted to stay home, and so I wanted to start trading. I also had my job, so I still work at my day job, but I was, trading. And with all of our plans and our goals and everything, we actually cashed out her teacher retirement account. So I wanted to transition from just doing the one time a month trading to like actually actively day trading. And so we went in, and it was only a few grand. It wasn't a whole lot. I mean, we're in our 20s. And so we cast that out, and I go in, I start trading it, and I do well. I grow the account up to $20,000, $30,000 in a matter of a few months. Now, reality check, I was using a lot of risk, and I just didn't know any better, which I don't think most traders do when they start. And I was winning, so obviously I thought I knew better, And then what's funny is I went from options to Forex. I was trading stock options. And I actually sort of got lucky when I was trading these stock options because for whatever reason, a certain unnamed platform, did not have the day trading margin requirement built in for equity options, which I didn't even know was a rule, where you have to have $25,000 in your account to be at a minimum balance to be able to day trade if you're doing more than 3 round turns in a day. And so I was trading like on my phone, stuff like that. And so I was, doing some option trades on my phone and everything. And so I was able to grow the account up. I never would have been able to even grow it that fast if I couldn't have day traded it. And but I guess eventually they got the rule turned back on. I don't know. I'm sure they have. But I was able to, basically day trade. And grow that account really big. And then I started reading about Forex, and I got some Forex books with some Forex seminars. And I was like, I'm going to try this Forex thing. And I, did a little bit. And then one day I made 10 grand. Okay. In one day. The next day I lost 10 grand in one day. Okay. And I was just very thankful that it happened in that order, because if it would happen in the other order, I probably would have traded it another day to try to make it back, or I may have, and who knows what happened. And so I backed off of Forex for like 9 months. And, and you make that money, and you're like, oh, hey, you want to go tell everybody in the world that you made money. And then, you feel like you're the king of the market, or, whatever. And then if you lose, you want to add in more to try to make it back, and just all the stuff that comes with trading. And so to bring that story, back around to, this trader I was talking to, and it's not a unique story, unfortunately. But, he's like, I know I can trade. I traded well in the sense of, he, picked direction, etc. He just got really stupid on his risk when he started getting the drawdown. And he's like, but I'm afraid to get back in the market, and I don't want to be stupid about it. He's like, I have the funds. I didn't risk too much of my total capital. How can I get back in? How can I get confident again? And what should I do? And so when we get back, we'll talk about that.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, well, I'm back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So I mentioned when we came back, what we were talking about is the trader was afraid to trade. What were they going to do next? He did want to get back into trading. He had money to get back into trading. He had time to get back into trading. So he was in a very fortunate condition. So a couple things I talked about to him is I asked him what he was trading. He said, well, I'm trading 5-minute binary contracts, which are awesome, and you can grow an account fast, but also they can be pretty detrimental fast. I asked him if he was enjoying it. Some traders love it. Some traders love the action. Some traders love trading them. Some traders love being able to win a whole bunch of times in a row. What I'm finding more and more is, and I'm all for them. I love them. I trade them. My wife trades 5-minute contracts all the time. But I find a lot of traders get into it because they're the buzz, but they don't really enjoy them. Their heart's pounding constantly, and if they think about, do I want to be doing this every day for the next 12 months, 2 years? The answer is generally not like this, okay? Now, other people are like, I could do this for 24 hours a day for the next 20 years and love it, okay? Just give me coffee and we'll keep going. So it's all about, part of it is I said, let's find what meets what you enjoy. Because if you don't enjoy it and you're just getting exhausted and you're feeling stressed, that's going to add to emotion, which is going to add to bad decisions. So 5-minute contracts for you, great. Not, we got 20 minutes, we got hour, we got 2 hour, we got dailies, we have futures, we have forex, we have spreads, we have CFDs. We can just keep going, okay? There's a lot of trading vehicles. I told him what I enjoy trading the most is, out of the Nadex products is spreads. I can put on, it's sort of funny. It's like I put on a binary contract and my heart starts beating with every tick, right? And it's like it picks up the pace, several, beats per minute every time it takes one tick against me. Spreads, I just sort of put on and see what happens. It's sort of boring, which is what I've found is sort of a key to making money, is you need to be bored when you're trading. Otherwise, you don't make clear decisions. And so we talked about, getting started in spreads, understanding the ins and outs of Nadex spreads, understanding what premium is on spreads and proximity is on spreads, and just, going through that and learning to trade that like you trade a chart. And I told him, it's really, there's 3 ways I trade spreads. There's 4 ways, okay? Primarily that I trade spreads. The number, I'm not going to put them in order. Okay. Out of all the strategies that exist, let me think. There's 5 of them. One of them are straddles, which I rarely ever do a straddle on a spread. The next one is iron condors, which I do constantly. I love them. It's just sitting there letting paint collect. Okay. Got to love that perfect bounce right there, by the way, of natural gas. It's coming right back down. Coming off that high. And so I love doing iron condors, neutral strategy. We talked about that. We'll do some more lessons on that in the coming weeks. Or I'll do directional premium collection, where basically I'm making sure I'm getting paid premium when I choose a direction. Okay. Or I'll do directional trades. Now, if I do directional trading, like not premium collection, but directional trading, I'm going to choose the end of day contract. And I'm going to choose the one that it has a close proximity with plenty of profit potential left. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be doing the trade, okay? So I don't choose like the 2 hour and 1 hour. I mean, it's pretty rare that I'll choose those. I can, but, it's not my number one preference because I like to ride big trends. And, if I'm scalping, maybe, but there's a lot of advantages to that end of day spread. And the biggest one is it moves fast versus moving very slow. I had a trade the other day saying he's doing all these trades, he's doing really well. And I said, hey, go ahead and why don't you go and put spreads on demo with the same expiration and just see what happens. And I was like, keep doing your binary trades, but they start putting the spreads on. And so he does it. The first day he's like, I lost and everything. And I'm like, what was your proximity? How close was it? And he's like, I looked at $35 risk. And I'm like, no. Close, 10 ticks or less away from the market on your bid offer. He did that, boom, he made twice as much money on spreads. And so we got to, okay, we're going to do spreads. We're going to get on that. Plenty of money can be made on them. There's a lot of profit potential in them on the trades where you can do quite a bit. The next step was to go in and when looking at the spreads and how to trade them, was to come up with that plan of what are you going to do to get your confidence back. So that's going to help you with the stress. Now what's going to help you with the confidence? We'll talk about that when we get back after this break.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, we're going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And let me see here. All right, so we're talking about risk management. So, okay, so we're getting them off the spread, the binaries, just because they're too much stress for me. Wasn't able to follow risk management properly. It was a lot of fun. It was exhilarating, but it wasn't his cup of tea for every day. The spreads, people go, oh, you have to have big movements. And I'm like, how much do you make on a binary when you trade a binary? Let's just get real. What do you make on average? 20, 30 bucks, maybe? Yeah. Okay, that's a 2-point move on Nasdaq, which you can do at night during the day. Okay? 2 points. 2-point move on the S&P. 2-point move on Russell. 2-point move on gold. Seriously, you tell me you can't get 20 ticks around the clock on those instruments? 2 points? Okay, if it moves like 2 points against you, how much are you going to lose on that trade? Like $70? Okay, so you're trying to make 20 so you can lose 70. What if you can potentially make 20, 50, or 200 and lose 20? That's why I like the spreads. It's just, yes, if it only moves a couple ticks, you only make a couple ticks. But if you trade the at-the-money spreads, it's okay. It's like I'd rather have lower risk and more profit potential. Isn't that sort of the game that we're trying to play here, right? So, again, I love binaries. I trade binaries every day. But if you're finding that you have a hard time with binaries, if you're feeling they're not a good fit for you, if you think they're a load of crap, or if you're thinking that there is a pot of gold somewhere at the end of that rainbow, but you don't know where it is yet, and you're not sure your account can survive to get there, and so you need to build it up first before you get there, you may want to check out spreads, okay? And so he decides, okay, I'm going to go with spreads, and we talk about the trading system, the trend catcher system that I use. We go through that. And then we go, okay, so we got the system down, we got the spreads down, signed with some videos to watch, all that stuff. I'm like, okay, now this is the most important piece. I was like, first we have to reestablish discipline. I was like, so how much are you going to put in? He's like, I'm going to put in, I'll just make a number up. We'll just say $5,000, okay? I'm like, all right, so you're going to put $5,000 in the account. So one, you're not allowed to put the money in the account yet, okay? So go open a savings account, a separate savings account, trading account, put the $5,000 in there. That's where the money goes. Next, go to Nadex and request that they take your demo balance down to whatever balance you're going to put in. So like $5,000. So now you're actually trading an account, not $25,000. If you're going to put $500, it doesn't really help you. Okay, let's you make a lot of mistakes for free and be stupid and have fun, but it doesn't really help you. So I'm like, have them set your balance to what you're going to actually deposit into your account. I was like, next thing is you have to use good risk management, okay? And so we talk about what those percentages are, and I'm like, hey, a worst case scenario, and this is a pretty big worst case scenario, but I mean, he went from doubling his account in 9 days to losing it all in 2. I'm like, so let's at least slow down that rate of decay. One, you have to use good risk management every day, proper percent size. I was like, if something happens, you get slammed at 10%, you have to walk away. You got to turn the computer physically off and leave after you've closed your positions, okay? Flatten everything, turn it off, and leave. And ideally, that's a bad day, okay? Like, second, you have to follow your risk management every day for a minimum of 2 weeks straight. If on any single day you deviate from your risk management plan, you start doubling down, tripling down, even one time, your 2 weeks has to start over. Okay? And at the end of that 2 weeks, where you've kept your risk management for at least 2 weeks straight, if you're net profitable, then you're allowed to put money in your account and start trading. And what that does for you is it gives you a emotionally, financially invested interest in the demo account, and it becomes real because we are all greedy. Okay, even the most charitable of us have a sense of greed. I mean, okay, I can't speak for everybody, but if you're a trader, there's a reason you're a trader, and that's because we all have that issue. Okay, and we know it. Sooner you admit it, sooner you can do something about it. You don't want to demo trade because you want to make money. Oh, it's a waste of time. It's crap. It's stupid. I only really learn when there's money on the line. Okay, I get all that. You know what? There's money on the line if you're not allowed to make a dime until you follow your rules and you follow your risk management and you net a profit for at least a 2-week period of time. You're not allowed to go make any real cash until you can do that. All right? And I know several companies out there that do like funding and stuff like that. And I don't know how legitimate they all are, but I know one of the things they do is they make you go through like a test like that, where you have to go through a couple weeks of trading and be profitable and follow risk management for good, obvious reasons. But you should be doing the same thing, okay? If you can't follow your own rules, and if you can't use proper risk management, okay, and you can't make yourself wait 2 weeks before you get to trade live money, meaning I have to be profitable with good risk management, following my plan for a 2-week period straight. And if I ever break it for one day, I got to start 2 weeks over. If you don't have the discipline to do that, what makes you think you're going to have the discipline to do it when it's real money? Well, I need it. Well, you better leave your needs at the door in trading because the market doesn't give a care to your needs. So there's some pretty crude statements I can say about what the market does to traders, and it's not taking care of them and coddle them because they really need it. And you can sit down and you can get on your knees and you can pray, okay? But just like in a football game, the other players are doing the same thing on the other side of the trade, okay? So it's pretty impartial there. You got to bring in good risk management. You got to bring in good discipline. You have to bring in a solid system. And if you don't do that, your emotions are going to get the better of you. And you're still going to have to battle your emotions, but at least you have some numbers guiding that. I can't risk more than this. And if I do, I got to stop, things like that. Okay? So many traders would be so much better off if they would start that way. And I want them to go, well, if I traded a demo and I traded profitably. No, did you trade with good risk management? Did you trade with the amount of money that's going to be in your account? Did you make yourself do it for 2 weeks at least consistently on a system-based rule? Was it random? Was it a different trade all the time? I mean, what are you going to do every day when that money's live? Were you doing that in demo? If you're doing that in demo with good risk management consistently, then hop into live. Okay? And start small. What's the next thing? Like single contract, and get the proper risk management down. Now, I recommend people stay at single contracts until they can risk less than 1% per trade. So that may mean a what? Now, you may be risking 5% per trade because your account's so small. Like I said, I only started with $3,000, okay? But I suggest they stay with a single contract till 2 contracts is less than 1% per trade. And that allows your account to grow safely, because what happens is you compound it, you make a bunch of money, and you go up, 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 up. And then it goes down, 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 down really fast because you keep compounding, okay? So, big thing right there. Next thing is, okay, so boom, 2 weeks by, fund the account, right? You've done it, you've done the rules, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks because you had to start over, because you had a lapse. And who was it, Alexander Elder, he talks about, he used to be a psychologist or psychiatrist, or one of the two, and compares traders to alcoholics, and basically has a 12-step program written in his book about, how trading works, and that's based on the 12-step program. And he's like, I must admit that I am a loser, and I'm not going to be a loser today. And a loser is somebody who loses more than their money. A loser is somebody more money than they plan to lose. A loser who is somebody who broke their rules. It's not somebody who lost money. It's somebody who lost, it's like a bad sportsman, It's somebody who lost more money than they should have because they didn't follow their rules. Lost more money than they should have because they risked too much money. Lost more than they should have because they put on positions they shouldn't have. That's a loser. And so you don't want to be a loser. Doesn't mean you make money every day, but you want to be a loser. And so now that money's going to go in. Money goes in the account. You've passed the test, okay? You held yourself accountable. You could have lied and said you did it, but you didn't. You said, I'm going to keep myself honest to myself, and you did it. And you said, I want to be here in 12 months. I'm not going to try to rush the process, or else I won't be here in 2, because I'll blow out my account, and how many times can I afford to refill it? Okay? So you were disciplined. You moved forward. You did. Now what are you going to do? The money's in there. I said, first thing is, any day that you feel like you're a trading god and you want to go tell everybody how awesome you are at trading, that day, you need to immediately withdraw half the money that you just made. I was like, if you have the inkling that you want to brag, not just, okay, cool, I'm up. But I mean, if you're like, people should follow me, take out half your money. If he would have, when he went from 15 to 30, he would have had 7,500 out of the account. Okay? So it wouldn't have been as good as having the original 15, but he wouldn't have been refreshing it with new cash. And we were talking about this, and I mean, this is all like mirror stuff. Like I was telling him, I'm like, man, I've made all these mistakes, so I'm right there with you. But take out half. Anytime you make, when you have more than 10% days, which when you're trading on Nadex, you can easily have greater than 10% days, okay? Immediately take out half. All right? Every Friday, let's just say you haven't had any of those 10%, days or any of those I'm a trading god days happen. Assuming you're profitable at the end of the week, take out half. Always taking out half. And I was like, your first goal is to get whatever amount you put into that account into a savings account that's called your dry powder account. I know it's not making money. I know it's not a good investment. It is a good investment for your peace of mind, because you know that if I go stupid, I can fund my account again without having to tell my spouse that I need some more money. And then I lost all this money to put more money in. I mean, obviously, still be honest to let them know what's going on. But, hey, I pulled money out. I'm going to use those profits to put it back in. Now, once you pass that amount out, okay? So let's say you put $5,000 in. Let's say you double the account. You pulled $5,000 out. So now you have $5,000 in savings. You got $5,000 in your trading account. Now, again, continue to pull out the 50% rule. Okay, because you want your account to grow so your percent can grow so you can grow your position size properly with the account. Pull out half. Half of that goes into your dry powder account. So it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The other half goes to whatever the heck you want to do with it. Pay off credit cards, have fun, go on a vacation, mortgage, gifts, whatever. Whatever you want to do. Buy a new horse if you're me, stuff like that. So why would you continue to put half of that dry powder account? One, because if you ever go stupid, you want to be able to, fund it with a larger amount. Two is, as you grow as a trader, you're going to learn other ways to trade, and you can now start diversifying your trading. Maybe you want to start putting some money into physical gold. Maybe you want to trade some gold stocks. Maybe you want to get into options. Maybe you want to learn Forex. Maybe you want to learn futures, okay? So maybe you want to invest in real estate. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to, invest your money. So basically that becomes additional investment capital that above the original balance there that you could, hey, I want to try this out, and you have some money that you can risk out of profits. You're risking profits, but you've also paid yourself. So once you get that $5,000 back, you want to start paying yourself because the whole goal is to get paid to trade, right? So you want to start paying yourself, but also allowing yourself more opportunities to invest in other ways. And with that, you now have a very defined money management plan. You will take out profits as you go, because I think most traders, unless you were one of the unfortunate ones, which I know plenty have been there too, unfortunately, where it is like you get in and the account balance just goes down. But they would have taken out half as they were going up, they would have been a lot better off. And it's fun. The most fun thing to do is to go in and put in a withdrawal request. I love it. I try to do it every week. It's my favorite thing to do is withdraw money from the account. It's not to grow the account. I want the account to get bigger, but more than that, I like to take the money out. So, and with that, you start establishing discipline, risk management, and then profit management is what's taking the money out of the account. And it's that plan to become a long-term trader, to go, hey, I can quit my day job. Hey, I can live on this. Without doing that, it's one of the things I mentioned is like, so do I go into Vegas and having all your chips on the table? And I was like, as long as those chips are on the table, I was like, even if those chips are in your pocket, until you go to the teller and turn them into cash, they're not real. They're yours, but they're not real. So make those withdrawals. All right, stay right there. Be right back after this break.
If you're like me, you're always looking for ways to diversify your financial portfolio. Everbank's innovative Market Safe CD can help you diversify while protecting your principal deposit. In fact, Everbank unveiled a new 5-year Market Safe Power Metal CD, which combines the power of gold, silver, and copper. Metal prices are currently low, so this CD could really deliver. Consider the facts. You get exposure to 3 valuable metals in one index CD and have the potential to earn up to 45% capped upside payment at maturity if the metals increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should they decrease? No worries. There's zero risk to your principal here, as you still get 100% of it back. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. No annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest is paid on the CD. Intrigued yet? The July 9th funding deadline is quickly approaching. So hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN-CD for more information, including important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN-CD. Everbank is a member FDIC.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Steve Rhodes as he teaches techniques on technical analysis using pattern recognition, celestial charting, Fibonacci, and other tools. The Trader's Edge, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, we're going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so we had a good wrap-up session there. Hopefully you got quite a bit from just some ideas, some thoughts, some words of wisdom, things to remember, things go wrong, things to maybe help you to prevent things from going wrong. Things to tell other traders that you know that are new and coming on, and some wise advice to give them. And speaking of wise and unwise advice, without going too political, Supreme Court obviously made the ruling to uphold Scott's to care, I guess, is that's the new name for it, but to go ahead and uphold it and keep the premium allowance, or basically the subsidies, being allowed to give away money to states that were not setting up their own exchanges, which is really interesting considering it was built for that, but they said, general ruling, whatever. So whatever you think about that, bottom line, it's staying up, and one of the news announcements for you, is Assurant Health, one of the big boys in health insurance. Awesome insurance company. They are shutting down. They have decided they can no longer service their customers in a profitable manner under the new provisions of the healthcare, just based on everything that I've read. And so what they're doing is they're looking to sell off their entire healthcare division, and if they can't, to close everything down and cease operations of it by the end of the year. So that's one of the big boys falling, and they can't keep up. The premiums are going to have to go through the roof. Premiums are already for a family of 4 for a good plan, like $1,400 with a decent deductible, or with a bad plan with, out any deductible, or with a massive deductible, is still pretty high. Anyways, but they're pulling out, and it looks like a lot of people are dropping off because they're finding out they're not getting those. Basically, the prescriptions aren't covered. I could only find one plan that covered a couple things that my family needs out of every possible insurance company. It used to be every company had them. Now only a couple have them. So I'm not bringing this up to go, hey, I hate this or hate that. I don't think there's a great solution. I think somebody needs to come up with one, and I don't know what it is. What I do know is all of our costs are going to drastically rise. Many prescriptions will not be covered that you have right now. And if you're on individual insurance, you're starting to see this already. If you're on a company insurance plan, you'll see it in 2016 after somebody leaves office and everything goes into effect for companies insurance plans. So understand that, save for that. It's just one more good reason to be a trader, because at least we can hit some buttons to earn more. Doctor provisions obviously going down, and premiums are probably rising by at least 40%, is because it's just going up, people are dropping off. So that's not scare, it's not say how bad somebody is. If you want to talk to me personally, I'll tell you my open opinion. You can probably guess it, but the number one thing is just be aware that we're going towards federalized healthcare. No matter how anybody else wants to spin it, that's a fact. When you say you have to take everybody and you can't cap coverage, that means we just spent an entire hour talking about risk management. That's the anti of risk management. If you can only make 5%, but you have to risk all of it, and you got to take every trade, no matter whether or not it looks like a good trade, does that sound like a system you'd want to trade? Okay? Like, you have to take profit at 26. It doesn't matter how far it goes against you. You got to stay on it. You got to take every single arrow that pops up. That's what the insurance rules are now for an insurance company. So what do you think will happen? Costs are going to go up to a certain point until it doesn't matter because they can't get enough people, and then they go down like insurance. It'll be an interesting year, an interesting decade. I wish all of you the best. See you right here tomorrow on the Bull Bear Binary Hour.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
You're watching Tiger TV.